Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you follow our Instagram, you probably already know about our week-long trip to London a few months ago. We're going to break down everything we did in and around London to help you plan for your next trip to the UK. It was our first time in London, so of course we took a day to walk to Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, the London Eye, and more popular squares in the city. Alright, let's get started on part 1 of our week in London. We booked our flights about 9 months before our trip and our hotel about 3 months before. We stayed at the London House Hotel the whole week. We really wanted to have a home base to come back to every night, even if we traveled outside of London. The hotel was perfect for us and was in a quiet neighborhood north of Kensington Garden. This video is going to focus more on our second full day in London. The first day we walked through Notting Hill, Kensington Park, went to the Victoria and Albert Museum, and visited Harrods. It was rainy all day, so we chose our rainy day itinerary for our first day. Let us know in the comments if you want to know more about our first rainy day on our next video. The second day, we actually checked off most of the popular tourist spots. We started with breakfast at a local restaurant, Igbo Cafe, and had the vegetarian English breakfast. We then walked across the street to Kensington Gardens. When planning our trip, we had already decided we would walk through Kensington Gardens and Hyde Park to reach Buckingham Palace. I know it sounds crazy and it was a lot of walking, but we really wanted to take the morning slow before heading to one of the busiest streets in London. Hyde Park led us to a crowd of tourists that were also walking to Buckingham Palace. About every other day, there's a changing of the guard in the morning. Make sure you search the schedule if this is a must-do on your list. It was really busy that morning, so after a quick stop for pictures and footage, we walked next to St. James Park to Westminster Abbey and Big Ben. Some of the roads were closed around Westminster Abbey because it turns out that day was the Commonwealth Day. We hung around to see if we would see the royals, but eventually we were too hungry, so we headed to lunch.
I'm gonna ask
And quick picture with Jessica from Love in London, who we ran into by the river. If you haven't checked out her channel, definitely subscribe for tips on traveling to London.
Thames. This is the River Thames.
Go eat in a museum? Okay, so after crossing the river, we grabbed a quick lunch at the Garden Palace. I found the restaurant when searching for lunch stops near Big Ben. The restaurant is inside a museum, so we thought it would be a cool spot for lunch. And the food did not disappoint.
What is this?
Huh?
What is this?
This is the beetroot salad.
Oh.
We walked along the river and took spots in a less crowded spot with views of the famous Big Ben.
Bonjour.
No.
Bienvenue.
Before heading back to Buckingham Palace, hoping the crowd would have left. It's almost 3 p.m. at this point, and the crowds are almost completely gone.
Hello, สบายดีพี่น้อง อันนี้แม่น Buckingham Palace How do you say the king in Lao?
Where's Kelly? Kelly, hold my back.
We still had energy to keep exploring, so we walked towards Piccadilly Square and stopped at the Fort and Mason to buy souvenirs and tea to take home.
And again, Kingsman, absolutely my favorite.
One of our options for dinner was in Chinatown, so we headed there and walked around the restaurants and shops.
And then you want to pan it to me?
A friend of ours had recommended a blues bar, and it was only 10 minutes away. We took a much needed break before heading back to the Tube to head back to our hotel for the night.
Broke, a good time can mend. So tonight I think I'll do it all again. All again, do it all again.
Thank you guys for watching our first video of our trip to London. We can't wait to share more videos of our travel this year. We also have a few trips planned for 2025. Stay tuned.